So, hi everyone, welcome back to Calligraphy Masters podcast. We're here back with episode 2 of season 2. And I don't know, this was not planned, but there's 2 episodes in a row with people who manage similar communities to Calligraphy Masters. Today, my guest is Riccardo Ali, who is behind Calligraphy Italy community. And welcome to the podcast, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you, man? Yeah, I'm fine, bro.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't think we need to waste time, just straight into the story. As you know, we speak about your story, your journey with calligraphy. And let's start from the beginning, man. How old are you? Where are you from?
Okay, I'm 40 years old. I'm from northeast Italy.
Okay.
I live in Montebelluna, a small town near Venice, something like 70 kilometers from Venice.
Okay.
I approached with letters since I was a teenager. In 1997, I started doing graffiti, and I still do it.
Really?
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's super cool.
I still do graffiti. I love graffiti. And I continue my work journey as a designer, as a shoes designer, because in my city we made shoes, and yes, we have a district of sports system. We've made the 80% of the sports shoes that you see all around the world. We have it's fun, man. It's real.
Super cool.
yes, and. After that, and now I teach shoes design at school.
What you teach at school? Like teach shoes design?
Yes, I am a teacher, and I teach to the guy how to design shoes, sports shoes, and what I develop with them is a way to design shoes thinking about the products, not from an art way, okay, but productive way, okay, because you have to think that everything you design is something that will be industrialized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
I'm curious because what school did you go? Did somehow school influenced your love for letters, or it was something totally out of it?
This kind of approach. I don't did the school. I do scientific high school. Okay, not a design school, but. There's 2 parts, graffiti and design influence my approach to the letters, because I see letters as design objects, because in my opinion, letters are the perfect example of design, the most higher example of design that we have, because letters are objects that are beautiful and that have a function, okay? Letters represent functionality, because when I have to explain the difference between art and design to my students, I say, if you see a chair, it's a beautiful chair, you sit on it and you hurt your ass, that's art, okay? But if you see a chair, it's a beautiful chair, you sit on it and you stay comfortable, that's design. And with letters, this is the same thing, okay? But when you draw in letter, when you design letter, when you project letters, you do something that have to work. You can do shape without sense, okay? Without reasoning on it. And another wonderful thing is the fact that is something, for example, if you think about the italic, okay? The italic shapes, it's incredible, because if you draw italic like this, or if you design italic like that, okay, the shape and the weight of the letters is always perfect if you use the right tool. And this is incredible, because who projected that kind of design? Think about that. for this reason, when I speak about letter, I speak about design object. Okay.
Yeah.
And my journey with calligraphy starts from a calligraphic set, very, very cheap, that I found at the supermarket. Okay.
But at what time was this? Like you said, you were doing graffiti in your teenage years?
Yes, no. Graffiti is a journey that I still do. But calligraphy, I start in, I think, 2014, 2015.
Okay, so this is the same, like Calligraphy Masters was released 2014.
Okay.
That's funny.
And when I start, yes, I have works of calligraphy, because online I start to see something online. I start to interest about it, because the diffusion of typography and fonts was important at the time, especially if you are a graphic designer. Because when I design shoes for 10 years, okay. Then I stopped and I started to a freelance career, okay, and I use my approach to design on communication. My former girlfriend was a CEO with Google, okay, and we started developing a little communication agency, okay, and I use all my knowledge and I put on it. I study photography and video making too, okay, and so on. For this reason, one day I found this cheap calligraphic set, okay, and I say, oh, maybe I needed to something that permit me to don't be in front of a computer all day, okay. Because when I design shoes by hand, and then I do websites, graphics, video, photos, and everything else by computer. It was not balanced at the two things, okay. Before, no computer, then old computer, okay. And I researched something, and now I do more computer than calligraphy with Calligraphy Italia, but you know.
I know how it is, man.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And when I started doing calligraphy, my first thought was this is graffiti for adults, okay. And then I thought, okay, here I have to follow the rules and to understand the rules and go slowly. And if I don't do that, I can't have results. Maybe it could be interesting, a way to improve my patience, because I am not a patient guy in the life. But now it's better. And I start and I fall in love with this wonderful word, because I think that calligraphy is not the letter, okay, or the beautiful letter that you do, because the letter that you do in the right way happen one time, okay. It is the final result, but calligraphy is the journey, is all the things that you discover walking through that beautiful letter that you will design at the end. Okay?
That's very, very well said. Like, I mean, I never heard anyone say it in this way, but now that you say it, it sounds really, really nice. Put in that way.
It's absurd, because when you do calligraphy, is something that you do basically for yourself. Okay. Calligraphy is masturbation. Okay. No, it's a personal pleasure. It's true. And it's something that you do basically for yourself and you do alone. Okay.
Yeah.
It's training. It's a moment that you take for yourself, and where the time you lost the sense of the time when you are inside of calligraphy, and you discover your thoughts, you discover your calm, but you also discover your problem, your anxiety. Okay, it is a reflection time. And when you stay there, what happens is that you are in front of your errors constantly. Who works with calligraphy, the 90% of things that he see and the things that he works with are errors. And today you can't stay with errors, because society is built in a way that you can't do error. If you do an error, you are fucked up. And this is mad, because if you don't do error, you don't grow.
That's true, but like I think it's just society. It's too fake, you know. And
yes,
especially with calligraphy on Instagram, where people post only their best results and stuff like this. That's why it becomes such what is it called?
What I think is that the problem is not only about person that post only their best results. Obviously, what you want to post, your worst result, it would be stupid.
Why?
But the problem is,
you know,
why?
I've been thinking a couple of times about this. I think I actually wanted to encourage people to upload their practice sheets, because
No. Wait, I finished my complete thought.
Sure.
It's stupid because you are searching for the like. And this is the system inside that you are on. Okay, this is what the system required you. For example, if you start posting bad things, okay, people don't follow calligraphy masters. People want to see nice things on calligraphy masters, okay? And it is the system that push you to publish only right things, only the final things. What you say is very right, because it would be important to show the process.
Yeah.
Because people think, okay, it's easy, it's something that I can do easily, okay, and don't recognize and don't how to say, enjoy, and don't enjoy the process. They think only the final results. They don't have idea about the process, okay? And for this reason, I agree with you that it would be great to see all the process, from the bad sketches to the final result. It would be great. And it would be great also have Instagram as a diary, for example, where you can see your entire journey. Yes, your progress, your works. That should be great, but the reality is different.
I mean, just now that you speak, I'm thinking about, like, you know, my personal account. I have like 30 posts, but I'm thinking it's true. Like, I stand for this to people, like, to show bad work and stuff. But if I think about my Instagram, I have 30 posts, and it's only the very, very best which is in my head.
Yes.
I have piles of calligraphy, which is I don't show because, you know, in my head, oh, this is, you know, man, this is.
Yes, but it's the system. I understand, because I have a community too, and I know what means. I for example, during the pandemic, but wait a minute, one step. First step was after I started to do calligraphy, I started to follow classes of calligraphy. Oh, and what I discovered.
Sorry, before you continue, I'm just curious. Did you remember which script did you start with? Was there something specific that you like?
Absolutely. I started with copperplate.
Copperplate.
My very first workshop was copperplate, and I remember that I was not interested about the style because I needed to understand what means do calligraphy in the right way. Okay, and I say the very first class I will find, I will enroll myself on it, and I will do it because I have to understand how it works in the right way, not only by the book. Okay, and I am very lucky because I live near Tipoteca Italiana. Tipoteca Italiana is a museum about print and types. Okay, they have a huge collection of wood types, and is a unique museum in Europe. Is wonderful, and I live like 8 kilometers. I'm really happy of this, and I follow my first class there with Alessandro De Lellis, and I remember that I say, okay, it's something hard, it's something beautiful, and I fixed more my idea about the design concept, because you also have modularity inside the calligraphy. You have parts that repeat themselves and build the letters. And this is something that in design is called family feeling. Okay, you have shapes that you recognize and you say, okay, this is copperplate, this is italic, this is textura gotica, and so on. Okay, and starting following the classes, I thought, okay, they teach how to do letters, but they also says that I don't know how to say, it's something that was looks like made for an elite. Okay,
yeah,
and I don't like that, because I think that calligraphy is something beautiful, and I think that calligraphy is for everyone, because it is something that came out from our hands, and is something that is in our humanity roots. Okay, obviously it is not for all, but not for artistic quality, but for other kinds of quality, like patience, like patient with ourselves, okay, like tolerance with the errors, like slow down the times and have another kind of rhythm, and so on. Okay, and for this reason, I say, okay, I want to learn calligraphy, but I don't want this kind of heavy that the teachers say, you have to do this, and this is what you have to do. Don't do anything out of this. You have to wait 5 years to do a good letters, and so on. And I say, okay, this is what I have to do, but why is do in this way? Why is made in this way? Why you don't explain me that when I learn this rule, I can modify this rule and create my personal journey? Why I don't have fun learning calligraphy in this way? Because I want to learn in the right way, but I also want to enjoy calligraphy, because calligraphy is a pleasure.
Yes.
Okay. For this reason, I start to create, I start with an hashtag, Calligraphy Italia, because Calligraphy Italia was an hashtag that doesn't exist. And I started to use it and to push it a little bit. And I see that the hashtag start growing. And then I say, okay, I can start to create a page and see what happened. Okay.
Which year was this?
Calligraphy Italia is 3 years old.
Okay.
It's very young. Give me a second. I check on my phone because I publish about the birthday,
Because
and I remember.
in my head, it started like 2020 when the pandemic and all of this stuff started.
No.
It was here before
Before the
this.
pandemic.
Okay.
Yes, before this, I started to publish things of not unknown calligrapher. Okay, sorry for my English.
No worries, man.
Sometimes.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Worry. Like, no excuses for the English. We're not English people. We do this just for fun and to share our stories.
Okay, wonderful. August, the 16th of August.
So it's a lion.
Yes, it's a lion like me.
Oh, you're a lion as well?
Yes, I was born the 7th of August.
Cool, man.
Calligraphy Italia.
Andiamo.
4 years. 4 years old. 4 years old.
4 years.
4 years old. Yes, 4 years old. Yes,
okay.
We have it. And I started to publish works from not famous calligraphers. Okay, for show what the others do, because there are good calligraphers, and to push people to publish their works. Okay, because for me it's mad that you don't show what you're working for, because some teachers say you can't. Why I can't? What happened if I publish? I kill someone? I don't think so. Okay, I really hate these things because it's mad. I do what I want in my house. Okay, why I don't have to publish? Because you told me that. What happened if I publish? Think about your garden, cazzo. And I found lots of people, I call them calligraph friends, calligramici, because it's something that lots of people, my thoughts was shared by lots of people. I find lots of people that think like me, and we start to grow in together. I organize a workshop. I invite people from outside Italy, and I start connections with the other guys from Italy. It was very, very interesting. It's something near your process, basically.
Yes. That's I wanted to ask what like you said you started with the idea to share unknown artists, which is super cool. I stand for this very much. Yes. Me myself, like, I'm starting a new posting plan on Calligraphy Masters where I'm totally changing the concept, but I know there are such masters, like really amazing calligraphy. They just don't have the audience. And so you started with this idea, but at what point did the purpose change? Because in my head, Calligraphy Italia, it's all about teaching and it's classes, or am I wrong?
Yes, but there's things that happen during the pandemic, and I explain you why. Because during the pandemic, Italy was one of the first country in the world to be closed in a red zone.
Yes, I remember.
And when it happens, I think that you remember the fear and the anxiety of that times. And I say, okay, I am here at home. I can't work. I can't do anything. What I can do, I have a community. I can distract and entertain people and myself. Okay. And I start with a daily live on Instagram, where I show calligraphy for free. Okay.
Yeah.
And I create this format that was called Lettere dalla zona rossa, means letters from the red zone. Okay. And happens that people ask me, wow, why you don't do online classes about calligraphy? And you know, I was used to do class in real life. And a real life class needs 8 hours of work, 7-8 hours of works. And I say it's not possible. But one night, one of my students from Bologna write me and ask me, can you correct some exercise that I did? And I say, okay, we can have a chat on Skype, and let's do that. And we have a couple of hours together, checking her her homeworks, and watching what she did. At the end, I asked her, can I see what you do? And she showed me a quantity of works that was huge. And I asked her, when you realize all of that? And she said, during our chat. And I say, fuck, how is possible? You write more than me. And she say, okay. And I say, no, it's great. And I start thinking about that. And I ask myself, why this girl in 2 hours do more than a normal student in 8 hours?
Huh.
And what I realized was that is something that don't have, there is no waste of time. There are no death times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's super concentrate. Another thing is that you are in your house, super comfortable. You have all your tools. You can do what you want. You can stay in underwear if you want, no problem. Okay. And one of the most important things is this. And these things happens during live class. People start watching what the other students do, okay, and decide by themselves without experience that the other are doing better than them, okay?
Okay.
And for this reason, they start to watch what the other do and not concentrate on their work. And maybe they was doing right and the other was doing wrong, okay? For this reason, in this way, they can produce their own work.
Mm-hmm.
And this is incredible. I think that online calligraphy, if I watch online calligraphy from the didactical point of view, is something that is perfect. Okay. Obviously, if I watch it by the human point of view, is not the maximum, because you don't have the contact. You can create the atmosphere, the right atmosphere. Okay, but you know, in my class, I always try to stay loyal to my beginning thought. Okay, for this reason, I entertain, I say bullshit, okay, I have fun with the students know it. And I was the first in the world to say, okay, I think that I can try to do that. I started to have an online class in March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, my class arrives lots of super famous calligraphers. And I asked to myself, wow, why? For example, okay. And then I understand, because all the other people start to use my format, okay, all around the world. And I confess to you, I'm very, very happy of this, because I'm not jealous, and because I think that we have opened the Pandora jar. It's true. Think about that. With the online calligraphy, you can put in contact teachers and students from all around the world. And you can give to people that don't have the opportunity for monetary reason, okay, for money, and for distance reason, to learn calligraphy, and to learn calligraphy from great teachers. Because my thought at the time was, I'm at home and I can't do anything and go anything. And a calligrapher that stay in New Zealand is in my same situation. Why he don't have to open their camera and start to write for us? And in this way, born Calligraphy Italia. If you think, if you have to do a real life class, for example, some foreigner calligrapher came in Italy. Okay, only 20 people can follow him.
Yes.
And if you want to follow him, you have, if you are lucky, it's near your house. But if you are not lucky, you have to pay travel, you have to pay food, you have to pay sleep, you have to pay the class. The price of the class is higher, because usually is around 2,050 euros, okay, for 2 days, less or more. Then you have to buy materials. It's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And, you know, especially for young people can't afford that kind of money. Online calligraphy with less than 100 euro, you can follow a monthly class with, for example, now I have a monthly class with Gemma Black. Gemma Black is a veteran of letters, a lovely lady from Tasmania. Okay, for me, it's incredible that I can have a chat with a lady from Tasmania that did the history of calligraphy. It's incredible.
But
and
what does it mean, a monthly class? Is like she...
Monthly class is a class that is developed during 1 month. Okay, we have one meet for a week. There are 4 meets, and the meets the duration of the meets is 1 hour of lesson, and around 15 to 30 minutes of Q&A time. Okay, you have homeworks. You have the Facebook group. Inside of the Facebook group, you can share your homeworks. But the most important thing in the Facebook group is create the class, because you can share what you want with the other students, and you can see the works of the other students, and you can share, I don't know, suggestion like books, like tools, and so on. Okay, what you prefer. Also videos, why not? Reference, websites, what you want, okay, about the topic. And in this way, you create the class. The teacher became something like a guide.
Yeah. Okay.
That is like a boat, and the teacher is the driver of the boat, the pilot of the boat. And this is fantastic, because you know, I don't close this Facebook group. The Facebook group will be online forever. And if you want to, obviously the Facebook group is private to people that have paid to access. And but if you want to go back and watch what you did, the other did, or you can do it. Another wonderful things of online classes by Calligraphy Italia is the recording sessions, because I send the recordings to people, and during the monthly class you have the recordings for another month after the end of the class. And during the 2 days class, because I have 2 kind of classes at the moment, 2, 3 kind, depend by the teacher what ask me. You can watch the the lesson for 2 weeks, 24 hours. I give you a YouTube link that works with your email, and you can watch it when you want, where you are, no problem. And this is fantastic. I remember that I had a class with ladies that was traveling in the States from New York to Boston. Okay. And she was online following the class. Obviously, not writing, but she was following the class, start from the beginning to the end, all her travel. She was connected by us, and it's incredible. Another thing that for me is incredible is that I start some friendship with lots of people, with lots of teachers, with the name of calligraphy that it was unbelievable for me. Okay, because I see them like
like icons.
Yes, absolutely, they are icons.
I know what you mean, and yeah, that's what I wanted to ask, because I've seen the teachers that teach with Calligraphy Italy, and most of them I didn't even know about them. I see they do some amazing work, so I'm curious, how do you discover those teachers? Did you know them from before, or somebody suggested them?
Yes, I know them before, because when you have a confrontation with the other calligraphers, they say, "Oh, have you seen the work of this? Have you seen the work of that?" But lots of time I discovered them by myself, watching online, because my way of work is not propose only the same things, only the same names. Okay, because there are lots of talented people that are undiscovered. Yeah. Okay, and our responsibility is give them a stage. Okay. Also with the Calligraphy Italia, I give lots of workshops. For example, during Christmas, I give a workshop by myself, or last year I give other workshops. I love to gift things to people, because I think that for me it's important to give back to people what they give to me, because during the pandemic, I received lots of messages about where people say to me, thank you, and was incredible for me, because I don't have idea that these things could be so important and could be grow so much. Okay. It was incredible for me, and is still incredible for me. Okay, I live in a small town of 30,000 people. Okay, and they, for example, they have called me to have a class last year on Legacy Third, that it was the international calligraphic conference. And for me, it's incredible. I can't believe I teach for Peru, obviously online, but I do it. And for me, it's wonderful. And connecting people is wonderful. Calligraphy permits to do that. And before I thought about, I talked about the open of the Pandora jar. It's true, because lots of knowledge, if we don't have the possibility to share our knowledge and to give this knowledge to people, what we have to do with this knowledge, this knowledge will be lost.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is not a good thing. I'm very sorry when I understand their point of view, okay, but I'm very sorry when historical teachers don't want to teach because they don't like technology and so on. Okay, I'm very sorry, because I think that in this way they bring with them their knowledge. And I see that every calligrapher, everyone have a special touch, a special way to show the things. It's not a good thing that we lost this kind of knowledge. I don't know how to say better, but I think that you understand what I mean.
Yes. I mean,
Mm.
so are you, like you mentioned a couple of times, but are you teaching as well?
Yes, I teach.
So what classes are you teaching?
Oh, tons of classes. I teach italic by brush pen. I teach expressive calligraphy with cola pen or folded pen. I like to teach calligraphy in a reasoning way. Okay, I like to teach calligraphy in a playful way. Okay, in this way you can learn that you can have good results with in a short time. Okay, immediately pleasure. Okay, for example, I teach a class this December on the letters of Benchon, and it's a kind of letters that are very beautiful, and you can realize them very easily because Benchon was not a calligrapher, was a painter, and his approach is very simple, and you can use that letter immediately. Yesterday, I received some notice from students that follow that class that show me that their works. I had 300 students for that class. For me, it was incredible. I know it's a gift, was incredible. Online, we was in 170 people in live. It was fantastic from all around the world. Also, I had Carol Dubois, and it was an honor for me because Carol Dubois teach the other letters that Benchon wrote is the Banks Gothic. I teach Banks Folk. It's two different kind. Also, I teach emboss. I really love embossing paper.
Yeah.
I like to teach also brush pen, but the pointed brush, okay, in expressive way. I teach Neuland because I love black letters.
I love Neuland.
Yes, one of my favorite class made by me, named Rudolf Says, okay, and is something that mix Neuland with the freedom, because it's my point of view about the creation of the Neuland, because if you see the book of Rudolf Koch and see the design of Rudolf Koch, you say, oh, I think that this man is enjoying so much his letters because he was mad. Other classes that I do, the graffiti writing class. Yes, I combine the calligraphic way, the calligraphic approach to the graffiti letters, to the New York original graffiti letters.
So it's something like calligraphy, or not exactly?
No. Completely different than calligraphy. Calligraphy is something that I don't really like because I think that everybody can do what they want, okay, but personally I don't really like because I don't see the functionality. Calligraphy for me is more art, okay.
Yeah.
When I explain the New York tag, okay, I give a rhythm, I give a modularity, I explain the slant of the letters. I combine a calligraphic approach to something that don't have an approach. Okay, calligraphy is wild. Okay, and is super genuine and not reasoning. Okay, especially in the beginning. Calligraphy have completely another way to think. But with this method I developed, I think that it's something cool that can show how to approach to the graffiti world in a calligraphic way, but is not so correct. And I talk as a graffiti writer. Graffiti is something that you have to learn, practicing, and that's all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Other classes that I do classes about lettering. I like to do calligrams, and also a class about lettering, cinema lettering, because here in Treviso is the city near of mine. We have this great artist. He was a movie poster painter. Okay. His name is Renato Casaro. He's still alive. He's 86, 85 years old. And he designed, for example, for Once Upon a Time in America of Quentin Tarantino. Okay. Yeah. All the poster that you see of Leonardo DiCaprio was designed by Renato Casaro. And I have the lucky to meet him and to talk with him and discover the way he had to create letters for his cinema poster, and was incredible because he started with a typographic approach, starting with the letter set. Then he modified these letters and developed something different, creating very original letter forms. And another wonderful thing that Renato did is the fact that letters became part of the movie poster, and the characters of the movie play with the letters, and letters became parts of the illustration. It's fantastic. And I do classes about that, so on. Lots of things.
Cool. And like, I'm curious, like I'm coming a bit back from the story, but yes. when you got involved with calligraphy, were there people that influenced you? Were there calligraphers or calligraphy artists that you liked and followed a lot? And if there were, can you mention some of the names? Because I'm just curious, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, here in Italy, 90% of time, the first approach you have with calligraphy, you can't meet Luca Barcellona. Okay, he's everywhere, and he was someone that started something. Luca, in my opinion, have the how to say. Give me a second, I don't remember the word.
Say it in Italian.
Sì, ma non mi viene neanche in italiano. When you start calligraphy in Italy, the great influence for sure came from Luca Barcellona, because he had the merit, in my opinion, he had the merit to start to show calligraphy to the great public. Okay.
Yeah.
And the first things I watched was made by him. Then when you start to discover other people, I discover works from Monica Dengo. I discover works from Ivana Tubaro. I discover works from Giuliano Bocchi. Giuliano is one of my best friends, and I really love him. And Giuliano is one of the best teacher I had, because when Giuliano uses his brain and his knowledge to show you things from another point of view, and he's always researching. It's incredible. He has a reference libraries in his brain that is limitless. Incredible.
But all those names are Italians, right?
Yes. I started with Italians, but from foreigners, calligrapher. I really like the work of, obviously, Rudolf Koch is one of my favorites, because I see him and I think you are a graffiti writer. Great. I really love works from Jürgen Verkamst, and his use of pencil. It's incredible. And his flow, the simplicity, how his ideas came down on the paper. No, it's something that it's pure instinct. And when you recognize that, you say, wow, okay, it's something that he can't explain. It's a natural talent. I really love the work of Brody Neuschwander, the guy that realized this one. And he was my teacher too. And
he's the one that made those one, right?
Yes. This
is one of my favorite tools, actually.
It's a great tool. And there are tons of calligraphers. I can't give you a name because, during this year, especially during these years, I receive a super exposition to calligraphy, because during the class, I host all the classes and I see what they do. And I think that from the worst calligrapher to the best one, you can teach something, you can learn something, okay? Because everyone has his special touch. For this reason, I don't understand why our daily writing is completely different, okay? Each one of us has developed a personal daily writing. But when you talk about calligraphy, they copy model, and lots of works of calligrapher are always the same. And I ask myself, why? Okay.
You know why? Because a lot of those people who develop those modern styles is what they teach the other people, They don't teach the traditional stuff. They develop something and they teach the people this.
I think that is not the fact that they don't teach the traditional style. I think that the problem is they don't explain to people that this is not the only way. Okay. They miss a piece of teaching because they don't say, hey, what I show you is my journey, it's my travel, okay? And you have to learn my travel, and with the tools that I give you, the teacher that I give you, you have to use that to develop something personal, because you can do it. The part that people don't explain is you can do it. Okay. Lots of students ask things that I ask myself, why you are asking me that? Okay. For example, can I design with the pencil? Yes. Why not? Can I use another kind of square nib? Yes. What happened? The worst things that can happen is that you put in the trash your sheets of paper. That is the worst things that can happen. Or maybe they ask me, can you tell me what pen you use, what ink you use, what paper you use? I use cheap paper. I use paper that I have here. I use pen. I don't know if I show you what I have here. Okay, a bunch of pen that I have here. This, I have this. It's a normal Tratto pen, easy pen, a gel pen. Okay, I have this one. This one was buy on Amazon for €6. Okay, stupid pens. Obviously, I have also a good pen, but basically, the thing that blow my mind is why you don't enjoy the discover of the tools. If you want to write with the coffee, write with the coffee. Why not?
Yes,
okay,
right?
Yes, if you want to write with only pencil, write with only pencil. What I have to do for start calligraphy, take something right.
Yes, start
You have
writing.
to do that. Nothing else. Okay. What kind of book I have to buy? Buy book. Okay. It's not important. It's something that it's culture. Okay. Any kind of book is culture. The worst book, the best book is culture. Okay. I can suggest you, but what fit for me couldn't not fit for you. Okay. We are all different. And our daily writing is all different. Why you have to replicate in an exact way? I understand that it's very important, copy. Okay, copy. If you don't copy, you don't learn. It's very important. But why you have to satisfy yourself only copying? Why you don't put your soul in what you do? What you don't put your touch? Okay, I see wonderful calligrapher, great calligrapher that are great copy calligrapher. Okay, but it's just a copy. You do a copy in a perfect way. Great. But these letters don't talk about you.
Yeah, you know, I know what you mean, because this is something that we have another podcast with Paul Antonio. It's not like this one.
Yes,
It's
I love
just
him.
me and him talking, and this is
Yes, I see.
something we discussed. Like, sometimes I see work of people, it's great work, but when I see it, I don't recognize the work as this person. For example, I can see work and I say, okay, this is the work of Sachin, or this is the work of Lalit, or something like this. Like, they copy 100%, and I totally agree with you, because I myself started because I liked Chios one. He inspired me, and what I liked about his work is that he has his own touches. It's unique for him, and
Yes.
I think it's important for everybody to put their self in the letters. Like, I mean,
No,
I don't know.
I totally agree. Yes, it's important because letters came out from our hands. Another thing that for me is mad is people that try to do a super perfect letter. Okay, if I have to do a super perfect letter, I use computer.
Yes.
Okay, calligraphy is beautiful because with calligraphy we can see the human touch. The eye see the little microscopic imperfection, and this is fantastic. Okay, if I have to do something perfect, I use computer. There are computers for do perfect things, and believe me, is less stressful than calligraphy, 10,000 times less stressful than calligraphy. Okay. Use a computer if you want to do a perfect copy. Okay. Because, you know, it's not something that is extremely perfect. Don't have the warmth that calligraphy have.
Yes.
Okay. It's important. It's very important to tell these things. Okay. The beautiful of calligraphy is that calligraphy is something warm and is not something cold, because computer do cold things. Our hands do warm things. Imperfection is wonderful. Okay. If it is perfection is boring.
You know, like now that you explained this, like I always knew it, but I just never thought about this. And like, I really like how you explain it. So I think maybe we should do, I don't know, something like a challenge, or I don't know, something that makes people to think more about this, you know, because I totally agree that you don't need to be perfect, but it has to be found a way that we can,
You know,
it has to be explained easy to people for them, you know.
lots of time people want to touch this perfection. Okay. And they are focused to touch this perfection. But with this kind of focus, you don't see all the journey that you did. Okay. And you lost it. But the most important part is always the journey, not the final result. The final result, when you receive, when you arrive to your final result, okay, you say, and now? Okay, I have it. And now?
Yeah.
The real goal is have no final results, okay, and still continue. I always say, also to my students at school, I say, be curious. Be curious. If you are curious, guys, you never bored yourself. Okay, you don't be tired, the guys. Okay, you are always super active. You are always you want to watch the world. Okay, and want to learn everything. And another thing is this, in my opinion. For create letters, don't watch letters. Because it's like reading a book that talks about books.
Yes.
It has no sense. Okay. Try inspiration, not only from the letters word. Try inspiration from everything. Try inspiration from nature, from cars, from books that talk about architecture, that talk about sex. Okay. Try inspiration from all over. Inspiration is everywhere. Inspiration is in your eyes. Inspiration is in your curiosity. You have to improve these things of the curiosity. And it's super important. Okay. Don't limitate yourself to copy your favorite artist. Remember this, your favorite artist exists. And if I have to follow someone, I don't follow the copy. I follow the original. Okay. For this reason, love your favorite artist, copy your favorite artist, okay, but understand your favorite artist, respect your favorite artist, and start to be an artist yourself. Start to enjoy your journey. You have that start point and develop something personal. This is very important. If we don't do that, if in the history of the humanity this not happen, we would still write Roman caps. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's damn true, because if we have all of this extraordinary variety of calligraphic style, is because someone says, okay, I learned this, I copy this, I learned this, but I want to develop something personal. Is only this the way to grow,
Yeah.
to grow. And our calligraphic culture needs this. I'm organizing online classes. I see lots of faces all around the world, and I see that lots of young people are entering in our world. And but we need more young people. On TikTok, there is a great movement of super young people that follow other young people that do lettering. Okay.
Yeah.
But lettering is something that don't have historical reference, and is something that is made. Okay, I like this. There's no conscious. Is not. There is no conscience inside that approach. Okay, but with a correct approach, with a correct teaching, with a correct way of how to say. To show things, okay, people will have results that should be incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
More than lettering. Lettering is something that enjoyed by the children, but and it's good start from that. If in the future you want, if lettering is something that starts your curiosity about letters, it's good. Okay, the important thing is don't stop yourself to think about lettering, and that's all. Lettering is the wrong word. Modern lettering, I don't know, internet call it in this way.
Yes, I know what you mean.
But I think that if the calligraphic world should be more opened to this new wave that is coming, and can say, okay, you learned this, I want to show you the next level in a friendly way. Why not?
Yeah, but who
I don't understand why calligraphy master is demonized from lots of calligrapher, because you are doing a work that is very important. You are doing diffusion, you are doing content, and I know sometimes you don't do it in the right way, but you are doing something. Okay. And it's important doing something. I really appreciate what are you doing, because I know you are alone, and it's a project that you are focused on, and you dedicate your life to this. Okay. Calligraphy needs people like you.
I know,
absolutely.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. Who do you think who is responsible for this that you just explained? That is it the teachers? Is it communities like us? Who is responsible to give this to the future generations and to explain this?
Is not someone that is responsible. I think that is something that is changed with the years. Okay. Internet helps to open the Pandora jar again. Okay. And it happens lots of time before the pandemic, and people discover things. It's like with typography. Okay. With typography happens that the arrival of computers, okay, put typography in the hands of all people, and people don't know how to use it. Okay. For this reason came out bad things. Okay. For this reason, people laugh about Comic Sans. Hey, Comic Sans is a great font, but you can't use Comic Sans for a medical advice, okay? Because it's a Comic Sans you have to use for, I don't know, for a party, for a comic, for what you want, but it must be fun. You can't use Comic Sans for serious things. And here is the same, okay? When time changed, and other people came in, old people that work hard and that have great passion, don't want that this love of their life goes wrong, okay? And try to protect it. The way, but it's something that happened everywhere. The way that it's like music, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your underground group, your favorite underground group became mainstream. You say, ah, that's shit. Okay, why? You have all his underground discography. Now it's shit. Okay, and it's the same thing. And the only way that people have to protect is create a closure around this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's scare to the other people, and people don't want to fit in. But what happened? For example, having online class, I see that young people that approach to calligraphy are from Spain, from Italy, from Asia, from Morocco, from South America, from Russia, from Far East, like Vietnam, Hong Kong, okay, something like that. India, from North America, you don't see young people. And it's a problem. Very few young people from North America, and it's a problem. And maybe it's necessary a Luca Barcellona in North America. Okay, because Luca promoting himself, he promotes calligraphy too. Okay. Yeah. And it was important. I think that Luca did a great marketing job around his image, but in this way he helps a lot the calligraphic world to being discovered from the Italian people, for example.
Yeah.
And maybe in US should be necessary that some young guys came out and talk about that. For example, in typography, it happens. In lettering, it's happened. In calligraphy.
Well, but I know what you mean, but you have to think like some years ago, calligraphy was a dying craft, you know. It's much better at this moment. So I have faith for the future, even though we're walking into much more technology-based world. I really have faith that calligraphy can grow more and will reach more people.
Yes, because people need it. Okay, this great amount of technology deserve a reaction, a contrary reaction, a different balance. Reaction. Okay, yes, a balance. And I think that calligraphy can help it. I hope that new generation can find places like Calligraphy Italia or Calligraphy Master or other associations that are all around the world that can be friendly with them and show them, please come in. It's a nice word. It's something beautiful. Don't be shy. Okay, enjoy the process and so on. It will be great in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's very important. Like I think it's important for like different people like us that have such projects, communities, whatever you call it. We need to be friends and to help each other, because I try to be in good what it's called, in good relation with all people that are involved for calligraphy. I don't feel like you or anyone else is a competition to me. Like, I'm not here for competing, you know. For me, it's important calligraphy to grow and as many people as possible to start doing it, you know.
Yes. What I think is that is important to. I can't approve some way of teaching, for example, but I can't approve because they are they want to create some elitary way of calligraphy. And if you create some elitary way of calligraphy, you close the possibility to grow our movement. Okay, is not this the word to create something elitary, because the word is trying to open. Okay, see what happened with the LGBT community, see what happened with racism, see what happened with everything. Okay, why I have to be closed with my approach to art? What you have feared that someone ruin your art? Your art is your art. The other can't ruin it. Okay. And also, I think we are in 8 billion of people. Okay. It's a huge market for everyone. No problem.
Yeah, there's enough people for everybody. I mean,
yes. There are people for everybody.
Dude, you're much more cool than I thought. Like, just talking with you and listening how you think, man. Seriously, I love you for the person that you are, man. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
I'm
so happy. Thank you so much.
You know, I was curious because you told me you started like with shoe designing. You're teaching also shoe designing, but you're teaching also at the same time calligraphy. And I'm curious, for which of those two you have a bigger love? Which one do you love more?
No, I have bigger love for working with things that I love. Okay, I don't have a preference because I made peace with work when I decide that I don't have a fixed work. Because now I'm working with letters. I love letters. I work with design because I love design. But I love cook too. And and one of my dreams, believe me, is open a little ramen bar. Okay. And if I thought about my ramen bar, I thought, okay, when I will be tired of all these things, of organizing class, of doing letters, have all this calligraphic business, okay, I pass the torch to someone else, okay, that have more energy, and open my ramen bar where I cook ramen, okay, but I will have a great sign outside and a great brand identity.
That's super cool. I mean,
yes. Anyway, when people ask me, what is your job? I say, I'm a graphic designer. Okay, because if I say I am a creative, I like to create something. I'm not an artist. I don't like the word artist, okay? Because art hurt your ass, you know what to talk about the chair. I think that I prefer to be called creative because I like to create something and to develop a project. And I don't want to define myself. When I start to stop to define myself, to define my work, I found my peace with work, and I don't have anxiety about work. Today goes in this way. I don't know what happened tomorrow. And pandemia is a proof of that. The day before, you have project, you have everything. The day after, you're close at home and you don't know for how many times you have to stay at home. Okay, that was mad.
Yeah.
We forget easily bad times, but it was mad.
True.
Okay.
True.
For this reason, don't be afraid of your work. The only goal that I have is work with things that I love. I don't have preference. I want to work with things that I love.
Yeah.
And another great things that I discover with calligraphy are friends. Create community, you discover lots of friends, lots of person. Obviously, we can't be friends with everyone. It would be insane.
Of course.
No good. Okay. But you found lots of people, and you found people that can help you to grow, to be a better person, to inspiring you, to develop some part of your nature that could be different. Okay. And it's very important. Calligraphy helps me to this. Absolutely. Yes.
And is there what is called advice or something that somebody gave you that helped you the most in your journey with calligraphy? Is there advice of another calligrapher or somebody that gave you advice that was the most important?
There is a sentence that Elmo van Singerland says during one class, and he says this sentence often, and it's who cares? It's fun. And this is the best help that you can have with calligraphy. Who cares? It's fun.
Who cares? It's fun. That's a very good one.
Fantastic. Who cares? It's fun. I do a bad letter. Who cares? You enjoy it? Yes. Ah, okay, who cares? It's fun. Try another time. You enjoy it. Again.
Awesome, man. Well, I don't know. I don't have any more questions. Like all my questions I've asked. If there is something that I didn't ask you, but you wanted to speak about, you can go.
I don't know. I think that I have to speak a lot.
No, I mean,
and I'm not sure to have said the right words.
Come on, dude. Like everything you said, I understood, I loved, and I agree with you.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Because
it's hour and a half anyways. I mean, usually podcasts go around that time. Yeah, time flies. 1 hour and a half.
Absolutely. I really love when time flies and having this kind of chats. It's fantastic. I'm very curious to see what happens in the future, and there are always projects, always good things that can come. The important things is be open to the next step, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that could be a good way to afford the future, because calligraphy, if you think about it, calligraphy is something that oblige is good.
Yeah, obligate,
yes, you to stay in the present, because the only problems that you have is the ligature of the letter that is coming, and the letter is coming right now. Okay, and you solve that problem in that very moment, not tomorrow, not in the past, in that very moment. For this reason, I think that be positive about next letter is a good way to close the right ligature.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Then I can just say for the finish, who cares? It's fun. Keep writing.
Yes, who cares? It's fun, right?
Awesome.
And what I say always in my newsletter is calligraphy is a beautiful thing. Stay safe, write great. Enjoy your time with letters.
Awesome, bro.
And with everything.
Yes, I think this is a great finish for the episode. A huge thank you for being a guest on the podcast.
And Milan, thank you.
No, the pleasure is mine, brother. And I hope we'll speak again in the future. Speak about
when
again.
You want.
Yes,
here we are.
That'd be awesome, man. Thank you guys
so much.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Who cares? It's fun. Keep writing.